This land is in Israel, but 68 years ago, this was a thriving Arab village called Taytaba. The date is August 25th, 2015. This video was shot by Muhammad Isa Elrefai, ironically a name with Muhammad from Islam and Jesus or Isa from Christianity. Jesus walked this land of Palestine, as did the Elrefai family ancestors. As you can see, nothing remains of the village of Taytaba. What you see in the video are a few trees, but little remains of the prosperous farms and none of the villagers who attended them. The man in the video is a guide who was needed to find Taytaba, as it is not on any current maps. The stone walls and fences on the land have been bulldozed to remove evidence of the village of Taytaba. There are fig trees with delicious ripe fruit. Taytaba village was known for its figs and olives. Muhammad Isa arrived in Israel with a Western passport through Ben Gurion Airport after being strip searched, as is usual with anyone who looks Arab. Israeli security asked him, "What's the purpose of your visit?" He said, "To visit my father and grandfather's land." These and similar answers irritate the Israeli security forces. If you go on a tour of this region, the guides will always say what is left here are Greek, Roman, Byzantine, Old Jewish, anything but Palestinian remains. They try to erase any record of Palestinian existence, villages, or remains of Arab presence. Muhammad Isa traveled all the way from New Zealand to this land which belonged to his father and grandfather and ancestors from time immemorial. What is not shown in this video is what Muhammad Isa also discovered: a tombstone knocked down on this land and half buried in the rubble. When he turned it over, he read the Arabic engraved into the stone. After the Quranic verses, the Arab text clearly shows that it is, or was, the grave of Elrefai. This land belonged to his ancestors. The land is plain, mostly bulldozed flat, so nothing will stick up, except for a few bushes and trees, here and there, that overgrew in time from the solid ground. Think of all the people from this destroyed village and their descendants, living now in crowded refugee camps in other countries. They have lost the land they owned, lost their homes, lost their farms and their olive and fig trees. They lost their livelihood. These refugee Palestinians cannot buy land in the countries housing them. Often they cannot practice the professions they trained in. Few can return to the land in Israel that they were driven from. Muhammad Isa is one of the few with a Western passport who was miraculously allowed to do so. He made this video to document the destruction of his land, of his ancestors. He made this video to document the destruction of the land of his ancestors. What can Muhammad Isa do? He can only visit. He cannot stay. He cannot buy his land back. In the end, he cleaned off the gravestone of his ancestors, raised it for a photo in the book of his relative, a medical doctor. Then he gently returned the stone, engraved with the name of his family, to the rubble, face down. Had he not hidden it so, it would have been destroyed by the occupiers, just as ISIS destroyed Palmyra. The dream of return remains.